Hello. Thank you for being part of this new podcast, videocast. Will you each just go ahead and introduce yourself and share about your journey at Lake Champlain Waldorf School?
Would you like to start first?
Sure. So I'm Juliet Macon. I've been here ever since kindergarten. And yeah, I just remember, I remember every first day, I remember the last day of every year, moving up through the grades, moving all of our stuff into the next classroom, and this year is completely different, but I'm really happy that we get to be in school together.
Yeah, and Juliet, what does it mean to you to be an 8th grader?
It means a lot. Knowing that I'm going to be going to high school next year is kind of crazy. Being one of the oldest in the school is something I remember from being in 1st grade. I remember seeing all of these kids being like so tall and so like not knowing what they're doing when they're doing it, but now I kind of get to know what that is, what that feels like.
Hi, my name is Mateo, and I started at the Lake Champlain Waldorf School in 4th grade. Something I noticed about coming in was just like a really open community, really inviting. I really fit in with the class of 2025 really easily, and it was just so fun and such a different learning experience from the public school I went to before. Yeah, I'm in 8th grade now.
Welcome to 8th grade. What does it feel like to be an 8th grader, or what were some of the expectations that you had from looking up to the 8th graders?
I think I started in 4th grade, but I also remember looking at the 8th graders being like, oh, I'm so excited to be an 8th grader. I'm so excited for the privileges they get, the trips, everything. I know it'll look different this year, and it looks different currently, but also I feel like some of that 8th grader stuff I've been looking forward to, like the privileges and trying to get a trip, even though I don't know if we'll have one, but trying to get one.
You will have a trip. We just need to figure out what it's going to look like. Yeah. So, when did you start thinking about your 8th grade projects?
Well, we got an email over the summer giving us a guideline to what we are going to be doing this year and giving us suggestions on how to start. And we spent the entire summer, maybe 1 month into summer, we started thinking about it, and we came up with ideas. We shared it with the class. We got other ideas from other people, and yeah, we kind of just figured out what we're doing for our projects.
I will say this, I've been thinking about my 8th grade projects since 4th grade when I arrived. It's always been something on my mind, so I've been thinking about it for a long time. But I also really made the decision this summer, when I started seriously thinking. I had ideas since I was in 4th grade, but I started really seriously thinking and getting information and other things this summer.
All right. Have you seen other 8th grade projects? Have you made it a priority to watch their presentations and so on? Were there some that stuck out to you?
Yeah, the first 8th grade project I remember seeing was, I forget the name of the person who made it, but there was an 8th grader who made an electric bike, and I watched them go around the parking lot and then to the end of Turtle Lane and back, and it was really cool. I was like, oh my gosh, I want to do that. It was really awesome.
So tell me about your 8th grade projects. What are you planning to do and explore?
For me, I'm doing a written documentary on gender equality through women's basketball and sports in general, going over different things, but mainly racial discrimination, equal pay, and gender rights. So.
Wow. How did you choose that as a topic?
Well, my mom was really a big help to that. She gave me the idea of the documentary knowing I love to write, and I really wanted to do something to do with equal pay, knowing that that's something that we are kind of struggling with right now. I kind of wanted people to get that message.
Mm-hmm. And you're planning to focus specifically on professional basketball or professional sports?
Yes, professional basketball, or I mainly professional basketball and like the WNBA, but I also wanted to maybe get in touch with some CVU high school coaches and players to interview for the documentary, so I could get their perspective. Sorry.
What are some things that you're excited about for the process of doing your your 8th grade project?
I'm really excited on getting information from different sites and learning what people have already learned about and putting that into one thing that I can, which I was thinking about putting it to the Young Writers Project, seeing if I could get that published. And yeah, I'm really excited to get information from different sites. And my mentor is Dawn Mahar, our basketball coach from last year and the year before, and she goes way back. But she was like one of my biggest inspirations for this project.
That's very cool. I'm fairly new to the community and I haven't gotten to know everyone very well, but my big Juliet memory is like the last 8 seconds of that basketball game and how you were just like right out there with everything you had.
Yeah, that was the most exciting game that I've played in a while.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I know Coach Mahar was a big part of the skills and she was so proud. Yeah. Mateo, tell me about your project. What have you chosen?
I chose I don't know the title yet, but a cool title I've been thinking about is Raising Social Justice Awareness Throughout the Waldorf Community.
Yeah, that's an important topic. Tell me more.
I think that the Waldorf community, a lot has changed since I first arrived in 4th grade at Waldorf. Waldorf is a predominantly white school, and I feel like when I first came, there were some aspects of Waldorf that were a little bit difficult for me. And I think it's really cool to see how Waldorf has grown so much since 4th grade when I arrived to now, just so much more awareness. But I really want to give my voice as a person of color in the school. And also know that Waldorf is working so hard to raise awareness and start to get people thinking, and how the work of teaching anything social justice in this case, it never ends.
It definitely does not end. So what are you hoping to explore or examine? What questions are you asking in the process of your project?
I'm really asking a question I've been thinking about for myself, how can I educate as an 8th grader? I know a lot of people go to college for years to become teachers, people who are get paid to do social justice work, and I've been thinking a lot what can I do as an 8th grader? But I've also been thinking about but also it's cool to have an 8th grader's perspective.
There is this idea in Waldorf education about the wisdom that the children bring and the ways that the teachers can try to make sure that they're staying open to that. And it's an interesting thing to think about, because if you're getting your knowledge from teachers in college, that's the past. They came into these ideas in a time that was, not this time. And if they're arising in you fresh, then that's the future. And so there are all kinds of ways in which the past teaches the future, and we are a school, and that's sort of what we're doing here today. But we also want to make sure that we're saving space for the future to teach the past. And that's one of the things that I love about the 8th grade projects, is that it lets us sort of amplify your voices and see what's living in you and what you're bringing into the world. All right. Thank you both so much for taking this time to share. I really appreciate your thoughts and your observations, and I can't wait to see your 8th grade projects.
Thank you.
Thank you.